Hey there, crafty friends. This is Nanner BaNanner. In today's video, we're stepping back in time to whip up a charming 1950s housewife-inspired journal topper that's perfect for your retro-themed junk journals. Think vintage recipe cards, bold polka dots, cheerful florals, and a sassy little mixer to tie it all together. I'll show you how to layer vintage ephemera, trims, and embellishments to create this nostalgic beauty. From the classic "From the Kitchen of" label to the crocheted flower that adds that perfect homespun touch. Whatever you're into, memory keeping, nostalgic decor, or just love a good old-fashioned crafty afternoon, you'll love making this topper your own. Grab your glue, gather your scraps, and let's get started. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a retro goodie from me. Okay, I wanted to start by showing you the topper I decided to go with, and also a sneak peek at what a monthly journal looks like. On this one, I did put a doily behind it. I don't think I'm going to do that on the ones today because I think it gives you too much white space. Let's see. Here's the material that I use to make the journals. I have a few other prints sitting here next to me. I can go ahead and show you. So I've got this one. I think that's really cute. And that one. I don't know that I'll use this one on these journals. I might. I haven't decided yet. But those are the fabrics I'm using. And then this is made out of a piece of felt is what the base of this is. And then I put the material on it and put scrapbook paper on the inside. I haven't decorated the inside of this yet, but for my pages, I used a lot of vintage pages from recipe books, some scrapbook paper, graph paper, a doily, more vintage recipe book, coffee dyed paper, and some wallpaper. I think I got this paper from a notebook at the Dollar Tree. I used one digital page in each of these, a sheet of music, and then more vintage recipe pages, and an envelope that I'll cut open to put a tag down in. And then this is just the other side of those. Again, once I get them all decorated, I'll do a better flip through and decide if I'm adding some beads to the strings that tie the signature in or not. So let's get started on this topper. The first thing you're going to want, this is a 5x7 piece of cardboard weight. These are Bob Ross postcards that I have in my stash, and they make good toppers for journals because of the thickness. And then I have a vintage recipe page, and I've got to decide which side I want to use for the top. I think I'll use this side. And then add glue. And when we get ready to start embellishing these toppers, I'll go over where I got my supplies from and all of that. Hope everybody's had a good day. I just got off work, came home. I wanted to do this video yesterday, but decided to spend some time with my daughter and granddaughter. I know several people want me to do the ChatGPT video. I want you to know that is still on the books and should be up and loaded by the end of the weekend. The latest, it might happen before then. We will see. Okay, then we're just going to cut out the excess. This. You know, we are having a heat wave here where I'm at. Temperatures in the 90s already. We went straight from spring to summer, I think. Which I guess that's what you do. You go from spring to summer. Hello. Okay, so there's that cut out. Now, I took these after the glue dried and sewed around them. As you can see on this one, let me do this one here. So I sewed around this. I glued these last night and they're completely dried. I sewed around them this morning. And now we can get started decorating. So this is a label I made with ChatGPT, and this is the printable I mentioned in an earlier video, these labels. I will go ahead and link all that in the description below, so you'll have that if you would like to go download those printables and use them when you're making your topper. And then I've got the 1950s Housewife. Again, that is a printable off Etsy, and I will link that. And this is also a printable from Etsy, and I will link that as well. And this is from ChatGPT. Again, once I show you how to make your own fussy cuts on there, you'll be able to recreate that no problem. All right. That's how I want to put these on here. Let me go ahead and glue down the parts I can glue down. I just love that From the Kitchen of label. It's so cute. I've already started working on next month's journal theme, and I'm almost completed an entire digital kit that I'm going to create an Etsy shop. So next month you'll be able to start out crafting with me with a digital ready to go for all the projects we're going to be working on. And I'm going to, after we complete this series of the 1950 Housewife cookbook journals, go through and show you all the supplies I pulled to complete next month's journals. That way, if you want to start curating the same items, you'll have time and we can craft along together. If I get the Etsy shop up and running without any hiccups, I'd like to make some kits as well that would go along with the videos I'm putting out. And that way you could just purchase the items and use the kit and have everything you need. We'll see. That might be down the road. I know I love kits. I buy almost every kit Madeline Diet comes out with. Her kits are amazing. And then Ink Paper Art also does a monthly kit that she also puts videos out for actually making those together, as well as ephemera and stuff like that. I feel like I've grown a lot as a journaler, following along with her, doing journals I may not otherwise do. And it's like anything, the more you practice, the better you get. Alrighty. Let's put that on there. use Fabri-Tac for putting this doily down. And I went to one of my local thrift stores and got this doily and just cut it apart to get these little embellishments here for this. In the same way with the flower, it was a doily I purchased that had the flowers on it. So I guarantee you, if you went to a thrift store, that a larger one that has lots of different booths, you'd probably be able to find something similar that you could cut apart and use as well. Or you may decide you don't want the flower and want something else, and that's good too. This is just how I'm choosing to do it. It doesn't have to be exact by any means. All right, let's stick that in the middle there. And we'll let that dry. And once I finish some more journals, we will add that to the top. I hope you liked this video. And I will finish these other two that I've got planned off camera. And I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. This is Nanner BaNanner signing off. Until next time, keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye.